Good evening and welcome to the November 12, 2024 combined work session and regular meeting of the Gaston County Board of Commissioners. My name is Chad Brown. I serve as chairman of the board as well as commissioner of the Riverbend Township. I would like to welcome our viewers, thank Spectrum Cable and AT&T for making it possible for our citizens and our television audience and live streaming audience. I would like to present your Gaston County Commission beginning on my far right.
Good evening, Ronnie Worley, South Point Township, for the last time.
Good evening, Kathy Coniger, Dallas Township.
Kim Johnson, Gastonia Township.
Bob Hovis, Crowders Mountain Township.
Good evening, Tom Kieger, Gastonia Township.
And thank you guys for that piece of the puzzle. Now we'll go, if you'll please rise for the invocation given by Commissioner Hovis, and then be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by Commissioner Johnson.
Please bow with me. Gracious Father, we come to you tonight to conduct the business of the county, looking for your mindful guidance, your compassion of spirit, and your love of people. Father, our county is a great and wondrous place to be, and we only wish to see it reach new heights every day. Father, grant us the wisdom, the courage, and the intelligence to move this system forward, to recognize the needs of the people, and to provide a safe, great place to live. With your Holy Spirit's help, we will accomplish that. We ask that in Christ's name. Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. What time?
Wearing both the colors.
I had my camera marked.
And thank you. And now the November work session is now called to order. The first item on the agenda is proclamation, commendations, awards, and certificate. I will now ask Ms. Kathy Cloninger, Commissioner, to proclaim the month of November 2024 as Adoption Awareness Month.
Good evening. Could Jessica Clark Rice, the adoption supervisor, come forward with anyone else that's here? So whereas each of us have a responsibility as individuals, neighbors, communities, and citizens of Gaston County to recognize that all children need love, support, and a safe and secure place to call home. And whereas for children who are born into circumstances that cannot meet their ongoing needs, adoption provides healthy and loving families and environments which sustain children as they grow into confident and successful adults. And whereas families who choose the life-changing path of adoption make a meaningful and lasting difference in the lives of some of the most vulnerable children and young people in our society. And whereas not all children waiting to be adopted are newborns, many older youth who live in foster care and also desire to be adopted. And whereas during Adoption Awareness Month, we celebrate all those adults and families who have welcomed a child into their hearts and into their homes through adoption. And we express our profound appreciation for all who help make adoptions possible. And whereas the collaboration of both public and private adoption agencies with community agencies, religious organizations, businesses, and others should be recognized for their commitment to the needs of children throughout Gaston County. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Gaston County Board of Commissioners hereby proclaims the month of November 2024 as Adoption Awareness Month. And in honor of this event, we encourage citizens, community agencies, the faith community, local businesses, and others to celebrate adoption, honor these families, and turn attention to those children whose lives would be forever changed through the power of adoption. Together, we can work to support, sustain, and secure a permanent loving homes for each and every child in Gaston County to be adopted the 12th day of November 2024. So would you, here is your certificate, And also that you have words or others may want to speak.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
Okay.
you.
You're welcome.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, and Mr. Roten. My name is Jessica Clark Rice, and I serve as the supervisor of the Adoption Unit for the Gaston County Department of Health and Human Services. It is my distinct honor to accept this proclamation on behalf of the Gaston County Department of Health and Human Services adoption team and all the families that have extended their hearts and homes through the adoption process. I am honored and privileged to stand before you and share that since last November, our team has worked diligently to secure forever homes for 58 Gaston County children, and that number continues to rise. The adoption team and I appreciate the support of the board and the ability to celebrate November as Adoption Awareness Month. On behalf of the children and the families we serve, we thank you.
Thank you very much.
Before I read this, I want to recognize someone I heard last Thursday, I got to hear a little more about it, and I want to let you guys know, especially after yesterday was Veterans Day. And our veterans in Gaston County, I want to say it's over right at 30,000, I think. Is it more than that, Steve? Right? I know Joe's here. But I wanted to recognize Joe. Joe, if you'll stand up. This is Joe Stepney. Joe is over the veteran services of Gaston County, and I want to say, Joe, thank you. I want to say thank you for the work you're doing for all our veterans and what's going on. Yesterday, I saw you out there checking on things, and it was a great parade if you guys didn't get a chance to see what happened over in Dallas. But Joe gave a presentation to the health board the other day, and I want to tell you, that gives me a lot of hope for a lot of things that go on. I just want to say thank you for what you do for our community, what you do for our veterans. Obviously, yesterday was a day of remembrance and help for making sure we acknowledge that. But I want to tell you, we're not noted on, we're making sure you know that what you've been doing is a great service, and thank you. Thank you. It is with great pleasure the Gaston County Board of Commissioners honor citizens who have unselfishly given of their time, talent, skills, and energies in service as an appointee to one of our many boards or commissions. This type of service is the foundation for citizen involvement in our county government and is helpful in shaping the future of our community. We gratefully acknowledge the work of the following individuals, and certificates of appreciation excuse me, has been forwarded to them. Dr. Mark Lassiter, Council on Aging. Robert Jackson, Local Emergency Planning Committee. Randy Vincent, Planning Board. Barry Rivers, Transportation Advisory Board. Donna Wagner, the Workforce Development Board. No one is signed up for citizens recognition. And the next item is the presentations. Gaston County Schools CTE update. Dr. Brian Denton, Executive Director of Secondary Instruction at Gaston County Schools. Mr. Kevin Dorn, Executive Director of Secondary Instruction. Dr. Huchard is here, and Dr. Rusty Parker, Career Technical Education for Gaston County Schools. Dr. Huchard.
Thank you, Chairman Brown, Board of County Commissioners. It is wonderful to be with you this evening. Thank you for allowing us some time on your agenda to do a brief presentation of the Career Technical Education system we have with Gaston County Schools. I believe this presentation stemmed from a meeting we had with you all and our Board of Education on October 2nd, where we toured the Cosmetology Lab at Underhus High School, as well as the CTE Career Exploration Center at Forest Heights. I think that was a wonderful meeting, time well spent, and I believe, like I said, this presentation is spawned from that. You have recognized Dr. Brian Denton and Mr. Kevin Dorn, who are the Executive Directors of Secondary Education, will actually be here to present. And then we have also asked Dr. Rusty Parker, who is our new CTE Director, actually doesn't start for 3 days, to join us as well. So we're excited about that. So, Mr. Chairman, I'll turn it over to Brian and Kevin.
Thank you very much, and we are happy to share some highlights of career and technical education in Gaston County Schools, or as Mr. Brown said, CTE is in our language how we refer to this most of the time. One of the real big reasons why it's important to have a great CTE program in Gaston County is because nationwide we are facing a shortage in the near future of skilled trades workers. And so a great focus of our program is to ensure that our students are prepared for those jobs of tomorrow that will be available, and so that they are here to contribute to the quality of life in our community. And we start that very early. We talk about jobs and what do you want to be when you grow up with students all the time. But in fifth grade, that begins in a very formal way with some career exploration and career awareness activities that take place in our elementary schools. And we have been doing that for the past several years, as you can see illustrated in these photos, with staff going into schools and working with fifth grade students to explore careers and really to talk about what jobs are there, what are my interests as a person and what my job might be in the future, and how do I pursue that? Very hands-on, engaging activities to get young people to think about that. And in a few moments, Mr. Dorn will talk about a new method we have started in the last several months to help those fifth graders with that awareness. This becomes a little more formal as students move into middle school. Here, we still focus on awareness, but we get much more into the exploration side of things and actually developing skills in our students that are related to their job interests. And we help them discover that through interest inventories and other activities that really guide their planning as they move from middle school into high school so that they can take courses that will lead them to where they want to be. All middle school students take CTE courses as part of their elective classes, and starting this year, we have begun developing specific career development plans for seventh grade students that are now required by legislation in North Carolina. This is a little bit of a sampling of what our course offerings are. We have healthcare-related exploration courses, construction and trades, family consumer science, business, finance, marketing, as well as computer science and STEM education-focused courses. So for all of these, they are aligned to high school courses that students can take, and this helps them see what is out there at a very basic level so that as they move into the ninth grade in high school, they can take courses much more in depth and aligned with their interests. Some of these programs are available in all middle schools. Some are targeted to middle schools that have a corresponding program in their high school. The state of North Carolina and most CTE programs recognize 16 different career clusters, and we have courses that address just about every one of those in our schools today. As we move into high school, that is where students begin taking what we call a pathway. We want them to focus on particular areas or multiple areas and take at least a 2-course sequence to prepare them for that. Once they do that, they are eligible to take certification tests to earn credentials that are industry recognized throughout the country, and all of these courses have what we refer to as a proof of learning. So it's not just students taking a course, they actually show mastery at the end of the course, and that is what earns them that credential that can lead to faster employment, higher rates of pay, and additional certifications they can earn as an actual practicing person in that field. Our goal is that every student graduating from a high school will have completed at least one of those pathways so that they are prepared for the job force as they move on out of high school to work or to college or to pursue their other interests. Some of those, again, are similar to what we discussed in the middle school realm: computer science, information technology, family consumer science. And so in these fields, there are credentials students could earn in project management, ServSafe credentials, early childhood education, are just a few of those. And there's also in the field of trade, technology, engineering, health science, where you have students who earn CPR certifications. Every high school has a capability for students to graduate as a credentialed certified nursing assistant straight out of high school, can go straight to the workforce after that, as well as a large variety of OSHA and construction-related credentials students earn in our schools. One of our newest offerings, some of you got to see recently at Hunter Huss High School, is a cosmetology program. This is an example of a partnership Gaston County Schools developed with Gaston College. Gaston College provides the instructors, Gaston County Schools provided the facilities and the equipment, and the two come together to have students at Hunter Huss High School earn cosmetology credentials. We have a similar program as far as the partnership goes this year at Bessemer City High School with an automotive program. All of this is through the College Now partnership between the community college system and public schools, where students earn high school credit and college credit towards their future. And now I will turn it over to Kevin Doran to talk about the rest of our program.
So our Career Exploration Center is our newest venture to expose our students to opportunities in career and technical education. The center is located on Sedgefield Drive at the Forest Heights campus. This location is a former elementary school that currently houses our student assignment office and the Gaston Virtual Academy. All students in all schools, grades 5 through 12, are given the opportunity to sign up for field trips to the center. Demand has been extremely high, and that is a testament to the experiences the students are receiving. So, what do we offer? We have virtual reality headsets where the students can explore careers in everything from aviation to HVAC. We have 3 heavy equipment simulators pictured above that allow students to safely operate heavy equipment. We also have a paint simulator, 2 welding simulators, a reach lift simulator, an ambulance, and an anatomage table. All of this you will get to see in a short video that I'm going to play right now for you.
We have different options in here as far as heavy equipment, welding, paint and body, health care with the anatomage table, and the full-scale ambulance. We hopefully give them a new experience every time they come. They come in here, play on our simulators, and they are able to have a hands-on experience to see if that's something that they would enjoy doing. When you're in a real-world situation like these VRs try to get you in, you find out, hey, I don't have a steady hand to weld. Or, you know, up in the bucket of the fixing a power line, you get that sensation that you're high up. Oh, wait a minute, I'm scared of heights. I can't be a lineman.
It's really cool. I never did virtual reality before. It definitely takes a step out of real reality. It helps you with different careers. If you want to drive a truck or paint or help an emergency person. That's what made it fun.
It's really cool to see all like these hands-on jobs. And you know, people don't know what they want to do, so they come here and they'll be like, oh, I might want to be a welder or might want to be an EMC. And I just think it's really cool for kids to come here and like realize like these are what these jobs are like and to see if they're interested in them.
They're all real-world applications that these kids can come in and just get a taste of. It's an eye-opening experience for them. Hopefully they help you find it, but on the same positive point, it helps you eliminate a lot. It gives students at any age level the opportunity to come in here and do exactly what we want them to do, which is explore careers. We just want these kids to see it, get your hands on it, make your decision for the future.
So the mission of the Career Exploration Center is to expose and better prepare Gaston County students for future workforce opportunities, improve partnerships between schools and local businesses, and ensure that students gain practical job-ready skills. We also offer real-life work experiences. Gaston County Schools works with a diverse group of local businesses in order to provide internship opportunities. These internships provide valuable training and real-life work experiences for our students, many of which are paid. I would also like to talk to you about our pathway to employment. Each year, before graduation, we celebrate our students at our Career Signing Day, modeled after athletic signing days. All of the above students sign letters of intent to work with local businesses or serve in our nation's military. This has always been one of my favorite events, and I could not be more proud of our students as they begin their careers. And finally, I would like to introduce you to our new Career and Technical Education Director, Dr. Rusty Parker, who, as we stated earlier, begins on November 18th.
I hope they saved the best for last. I'm officially on payroll still in Cabarrus County Schools, but I am thrilled to be coming back to Gaston County. Hey, Ronnie, good to see you, buddy. I am a Gaston County native, South Point High School grad, but I taught at Ashbrook High School for about 4 years, and I taught at East Gaston for a year. So coming back to Gaston County is really a thrill to me to come back home. I hope that I can bring some of the experiences that I've had in Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools and in Cabarrus to Gaston County, and I'm looking forward to working with all of you. Thank you for time on the agenda this evening.
Dr. Parker, I just have one question. Maybe Dr. Denton, when you talked about the cosmetology, I saw Tom's eyes light up. So if y'all are looking for some mannequins or somebody, live bodies, Tom would love to come over. But very thrilled about what you guys are doing in Gaston County Schools. You guys have been on the forefront of what's happening. Thank you for inviting all the commissioners out to be a part of, to see it. And I think this is going to be the wave to the future. In my doles around the state this last year, a lot of people are talking about what's happening in Gaston County in this particular module. So thank you guys for your foresight, and we look forward to what's going to happen before. Any other questions from the board? Commissioner Kieger.
I have no idea what the chairman was rambling on about, but that said, the Commissioner School of Excellence, the students that get appointed to that, do they spend some time over there?
So this summer will be the first summer it's been in operation and
Okay.
available, but that will be part of their itinerary, if you will, during Commissioner School.
That's a given?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great, thank you. That's it.
Commissioner Cloninger.
I attended that day, and it was wonderful. I think it's such an eye-opener for kids to have that early on possibility of a job, and because not everyone wants to go to, or able to go to college, or that's where their love may be. So I applaud y'all all so very much for making all this happen. It's very positive. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you guys again. Also, Mark, you can go over there and see how that equipment works as well for making sure that you guys don't understand, Mark and them have been through every disaster that's happened in the past here, from tornadoes to bad storms to hurricanes. So we're very thankful. And now we'll have some people we can put on our list to help us with our employment. So thank you guys. The next presentation is Emergency Operations Plan Update. Mr. Scott Hunter, the Emergency Manager, Director, Fire Marshal, will now come and give his update on what's been happening around our county.
Good evening. So after a couple of years of a total overhaul of the county's emergency operations plan, we are now at the point where we're moving into the next phase, which is going out and meeting with the municipalities and having the mayors sign get on board with the EOP. We met last week with all the managers to make them aware of what was going on, and we felt like we needed to get with you all and at least let you see exactly what we're presenting to the mayors to sign. This is not something new. They currently are on board and have signatures on the current EOP, which is a 2018 version. And then once we meet with the mayors, explain everything, answer any questions, they sign the document, then it comes back to you all for approval. So the enhancements in the new emergency operations plan, like I said, it replaces the 2018 version. This particular plan is more descriptive, it flows better, and we've actually separated it into 5 sections, so it's a lot easier to follow. We've even included some sections in there about some day-to-day operations instead of just the big 30,000-foot view on the large disasters. And then we've taken it a step further, and we're creating user-friendly manuals that will be in the Emergency Operations Center. So when somebody gets deployed to the Emergency Operations Center, and maybe this is their first time and they're filling in a specific position, then you will have a manual that you're able to take out, and it's line by line, trying to simplify what the individual's role is. Here's the 5 sections. So it starts off with the basic plan, and we've got a section for the appendices, hazard-specific annexes, the support annexes, and then the emergency support annexes. So what is an emergency operations plan? So the emergency operation plan is the big picture. It details how Gaston County will respond to disasters when they happen. We don't want to wait until the bell hits before us to be prepared, so this lays it out, who's responsible for what, and it helps do the spread out the workload and put subject matter experts where they need to be. So why do we have an emergency operation plan? Well, it's general statute, so it's mandated. We also have in the county a emergency management ordinance, and I've given you there the statute. There it talks about the county municipal emergency management, and we get this question a lot as far as when we have municipalities, how does that work? Well, every county, it is the county's responsibility to provide emergency management. And as you can see on the third bullet point, that activities, also we have municipalities that have a emergency management representative, but the county is still the responsible party for emergency management. And then the last bullet point explains why, it's exactly why we have the emergency operations plan, and it talks about having written the policies and the standards. So it's vitally important that municipalities get on board with this. They have in the past. This is not something new, but here's just a brief description of why their involvement is so vitally important. When time is of the essence, through the emergency management director to the chairperson, to the chairman, to recommend a state of emergency. Chairman Chad Brown, as he's done so before, he declares that state of emergency. We try as a county to coordinate and to discuss this state of emergency with the municipalities. However, when time is of the essence and we have to pull the red handle, so to speak, this gives the chairman the ability to speak on behalf of the municipalities. The advantage of the proactive, I think, should be self-explanatory. Empowers immediate actions. The swift resource mobilization reduces confusion and fosters a unified, coordinated approach. That's what it looks like in the emergency operations plan, and that's what each of the mayors will be signing. And then this always comes up as well. Well, time was of the essence. The chairman declared a state of emergency. It did encompass the municipalities, but now we want to get out of it. So state of emergency, within that, it provides some we can do curfews. It can change transportation laws, et cetera. So in the event that a declaration is announced on behalf of a municipality, then there are ways, and it's mentioned, discussed in this emergency operation plan, how those municipalities can opt out. An important part of the emergency operation plan is an emergency support functions, and there's 15 of these. So in the event of a large-scale event or incident, then we think of emergency support functions as like tools in the toolbox. And so each one, and I've got a picture of it, so the county, there's an entire matrix that talks about responsibilities through the whole county. So once again, during an emergency, that's not the time to figure out who's in charge of what. But if it's needed that we need something from Public Works, then our Public Works is the subject matter experts. So all this will be laid out, and we will assist each municipality on developing their own matrix. They may or may not have the bench step to do everything like we do, but we will discuss that with them. And if you can see that, that's just what the matrix looks like. So across the top are the emergency support functions. You may or may not, or we may or may not activate all of them. It just depends on the need. And then once again, this is strictly Gaston County, and in the matrix, we've gone through each department, talked to the directors, and we've listed it out as who is a primary and who is support. Once this emergency operations plan is approved by the commissioners, then we will start conducting some countywide training to make sure every department's aware of what the expectations are. And what happens without it? Well, delays, we've talked about all that. What could happen? Disjointed response, the left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing, and of course, ultimately the greatest an impact on the community. So disasters can strike at any time. We all know that. We've definitely experienced that over the years. And this emergency operations plan, there has been, I know it's taken a long time to do this, but it has been a complete overhaul, and it's something that the county can be proud of, and it does reduce confusion. The collaboration between the agencies is better than it's ever been, and this EOP takes that to the next level. That completes my report, sir.
And I do thank you. I'm going to tell you, it's been a crazy year, I guess, when you talk about emergency management. The first one we had, I think, back in April or May, and then the last one with the hurricane. And I just wanted to recognize you for your hard work and dedication from your office. Your office was impeccable. I know me and Bob were over there the one, I don't know if it was May or, I just say May, but we were there and got to see how the operation, and I don't think we could ever say that it didn't run as smooth as it could possibly be. And then actually when the hurricane hit, everybody got involved, and that was great. You know, obviously you're the emergency director, Mark Lamphere from Jim, Chief Zeal, Amia Massey that was running with HR, Vincent from the manager's office, Brian Skiba from the manager's office, Dan Ziem from Public Works. This is a small portion of what happens and I want to say at the time, I think we counted up, I think it was 52 people that were involved in that first day. It takes a lot to coordinate. It takes a lot to be able to understand the things that are going on, plus the safety factor. You know, you think about the safety factors, what's happening, whether it be swiftwater rescue or whether we have down power lines. And I know many a day I had to call Vincent to get his chainsaw out of the back of his truck because we had some issues that we were trying to overcome, and you guys did it great. I think we have the best emergency system in place or going around the state, and reason being because we're prepared, we're ready, and we communicate. So if there's anything that you guys can figure out that we can do better, please get that to Vincent, and we will try to work together to being even better at what we do. But it takes a lot of people to be able to administer that, and so we're very thankful for your work in that. Any questions? Thank you very much. Any other matters that wish to come before this board at this time? Seeing none, I have one tonight. David Goldberg was sworn in as the new county attorney. So welcome, Mr. Goldberg, to that as well. This concludes our work session for tonight. The regular work session meeting will convene immediately. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please remit those to Donna S. Buff, 704-866-3196. And we're back. I will now call the November regular meeting to order. First item on the agenda is public hearings. The commission will take citizens' comments for 3 public hearings tonight. Comments will be taken on the following issues: EDC incentive grant and conveyance of land for Project Wine, EDC incentive grant for Project Exchange, closeout of the community development block grant for neighborhood revitalizations. Before we begin, let me outline the rules and procedures for the hearing. Citizens wishing to make comment will be recognized by the chair and requested to step to the microphone for their comments. Citizens wishing to make comments will need to state their name and address for the records. Comments tonight will be limited to 3 minutes. All questions shall be directed to the chair for response. The chair shall rule on all points of order. Do I hear a motion to go into? Motion made by Commissioner Hovis, seconded by
Mr. Keeger.
Commissioner Keeger. Sorry, I didn't hear you. My apologies. All in favor? We are now in public hearing. The County Commission will now take citizens' comments to public hearing to authorize Gaston County Level 1 incentive grant to approve the conveyance of 31 acres of land, Lot 12, at the Apple Creek Business Center pursuant of North Carolina General Statute 158-7.1. Authorize the Gaston County to enter into an economic development agreement with Project Wine. Mr. Donnie Hicks, Executive Director of the EDC, will provide a brief overview. Once he's completed his comments, citizens' comments will be taken. Mr. Hicks.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We're here tonight to ask the county commissioners to sell Lot 12 at Apple Creek. We have a European project that will build about a 100,000 square foot building, initially invest about $14 million, and hire 19 people to average salary of about $43,000. This is really phase 1 of a potential multi-phase project. We would also ask you to include the typical level 1 incentive grant with that. That's for any investment from $1 to $15 million. And then put those two together with a land sale agreement, an economic development agreement. The land sale is likely to be fewer acres than that, not because we're going to subdivide it and sell the other portion, but there's a point in the property at the back that abuts unusable, undevelopable property, but the sewer line's back there, so we're going to have to figure out where their sewer connection is going to be made and give them an easement to it. So we will subdivide this, and I would expect that by the time we subdivide it, it'll be somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 to 22 acres. We're going to sell it to them at our general pre-sold a number at $75,000 an acre, and I'll be glad to take any questions you may have.
Any questions? Any citizens wish to comment on this at this time? Seeing none, any questions from the Board of Commissioners? Seeing none, I will see there is no additional comments. I will declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for this item? Motion to approve. Motion made by Commissioner Worley, seconded by Commissioner Hovis. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous, Madam Clerk. Item B will be the Gaston County Commission will now take citizens' comments on public hearing to approve the Gaston County Level 2 or Level 3 incentive grant pursuant to North Carolina General Statute 158-7.1 and to authorize the Gaston County to enter into an economic development agreement project exchange. Mr. Donnie Hicks, Executive Director of Economic Development, will provide a brief overview. Once he's completed his comments, citizens' comments will be taken. Mr. Hicks.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. If we can use the overhead projector, I'll produce a new site plan for you if we can do that. This is a spec building to be built out at 321 and I-85. I'm particularly excited about this project because I've been here 40 years, and this is the first serious project we've ever had on the site. Not because I was lazy or couldn't sell it. The entrance to it is difficult. You know, if you can see the overhead, the end of Wren Turnpike is where the county animal control shelter is. The road ends there. There's a different owner between the county and the parcel they're buying, so they had to work out an arrangement with that group to come through there. We have a couple other issues. There's only one way in and one way out, and that doesn't meet the code. So we've been working with the city of Gastonia to provide a secondary entrance and go off Fairview Road, which is directly west, and it will allow emergency management to go through there on a gravel road with a Knox box on it so they can access it from two different directions. It's a great site, but an incredibly difficult site to access. So the company has figured out, after extensive research, how they think they can get in there to make the site work. So the site's literally been suspended for 40-plus years. It's directly across the street from Daimler, Stabulus, so it's an industrial area. We're not going out and going into some new area pioneering and putting next to people's houses. So this is a site that's wanted to be industrial for a long time, and we'll finally be able to do it. The final building should be somewhere around 300,000 square feet, and I think it'll be a great addition. I think it has the chance to be manufacturing or warehousing in that location, and that brings some new investment into that 321 area. And so we're offering the company a level 2 or level 3 because it's possible that that building might not get built for a while, and it could cross over with reval, and by the time it's built, it could be worth a number that would push it into a level 3. So what we're saying is that we'd offer them a level 2 grant or 3, whatever is applicable at the time that it gets taxed. And then that way we don't have to come back to you trying to guess what the future value may be. I'll be glad to answer any questions you may have.
Any citizens wishing to make comment on this issue at this time? Seeing none, any questions from the Board of Commissioners? If there are no additional comments,
Go ahead.
I will now declare the public hearing closed. I will now ask for a motion. Motion made by Commissioner Hovis, seconded by Commissioner Johnson. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous, Madam Clerk.
Thank you.
Thank you. The County Commission will now take citizens' comments on public hearing to close out the Community Development Block Grant Neighborhood Revitalization CDBG-NR. Mr. David Gale Weathers Revenall will provide a brief overview. Once he has completed his comments, citizens' comments will be taken. Mr. Gale.
Hey, good evening, Commissioner and, Chairman and Commissioners and Manager. My name is David Gale. I'm the project manager for the Community Development Block Grant for the fiscal year of 2018 for Gaston County. This is a closeout public hearing for fiscal year 2018's Community Development Block Grant Neighborhood Revitalization, grant number 18C 3073. The purpose of this public hearing is to discuss the program performance, allow for citizens of Gaston County an opportunity to make comments, and to close out the CDBG project. In late 2019, the county received $750,000 in U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, CDBG funding from the North Carolina Department of Commerce for Grant 18C 3073. Proposed project activities were rehabilitation repairs for 16 homes. The county was able to assist 4 households. All of the household activities benefited low to moderate income LMI households for 100% benefit to LMI persons. Program activities are complete. Grant funds are approximately 90% expended. $606,296.41 of the grant funds were spent towards rehabilitation and $67,125 towards administration fees. The final requisitions of funds were submitted by the November 15th, 2024 expenditure deadline, and CDBG closeout documents will be submitted to the Department of Commerce by the deadline of April 25th of 2025. This has been a successful project and remained in compliance with the federal regulations associated with the fundings. Does anyone have any questions or comments?
Any questions from any citizens wishing to make comment on this issue? Seeing none from the Board of Commissioners. Well, I have one. I just want to say thank you for your input and your work. We have the best person on the job, and I want to say to Mr. Bolick, thank you. You worked your tail off on this one, and I remember going in there seeing some of these. They're pretty tough to see, and I just want to say thank you for your hard work and dedication. Thank you guys for your input on everything you guys have done on that. So very well noted, and we do appreciate it. But do I have a motion to approve the closeout? Motion made by Commissioner Hovis, seconded by Commissioner Johnson. All in favor? It is unanimous, Madam Clerk. Thank you. This concludes tonight's public hearing. The next item is the approval of the business agenda. Are there any revisions to the business agenda that need to be heard tonight? Seeing none, I will ask for a motion to approve the business agenda with no items pulled from the consent agenda. Motion made by Commissioner Hovis, seconded by Commissioner Kieger. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous, Madam Clerk. Approval of the consent agenda. Do I hear a motion to approve the consent agenda with no items pulled? Motion made by Commissioner Johnson, seconded by Commissioner Cloninger. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous, Madam Clerk. The next item is no items were pulled, no items added. Appointments. Commissioner Worley. No appointments. Mr. Cloninger.
I have two, please. I have Timothy Connor, applications received for the Caremont Health Gaston Memorial Hospital Board of Directors.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Kieger. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous, Madam Clerk.
The second application is a reappointment requested from, Brian Bookout, I'm sorry. And that one is for the Council on Aging Home and Community Care Block Grant Advisory Committee.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Worley. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous, Madam Clerk.
I think I have another one, is for, I do. Nina Williams, and that is from Workforce Development Board.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Hovis. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous, Madam Clerk.
Thank you.
Mr. Johnson.
I have one reappointment for the Caremont Health Gaston Memorial Hospital Board, Timothy Eford.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Hovis. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous, Madam Clerk. Commissioner Hovis.
I have none, Mr. Chair.
Commissioner Kieger.
None.
I have one for the Industrial Facilities Pollution Control Financing Authority, reappointment of Mr. Brian Wyneth.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Kieger. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous, Madam Clerk. I need to do a full board for the 14 appointees as indicated on attached list for a single motion, if that's okay, for the Fireman's Relief Fund. You all have that. Do I need to call them out? Okay. All in favor?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Kieger. All in favor? It is unanimous, Madam Clerk.
2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2
Mr. Chairman, I don't have any report to make, but I will just make a quick statement.
Yes, sir.
This is my final meeting, and I would
Take your
just want
time.
to take a moment to, first of all, thank a few folks and God. Well, I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for the strength and wisdom that He has carried me through this time. This is my 18th year being elected, and I know for some, like Commissioner Keeger, that's just getting started. But 18 years, counting my time with the Cramerton Board of Commissioners and Mayor, and now this. So I would also thank my wife, Lynn, my son, Andrew, daughter-in-law, Emily, for their support during this time. I appreciated having that. Third, I would like to thank all our county staff. Our county staff is the most professional group of people that I've ever had the pleasure to be around and work with. I appreciate all that you do for our citizens in this county and will continue to do. And that has been most humbling to see the work that you all do day in and day out, knowing that you don't always get thanked for it, but I'll thank you tonight personally for that. Of course, our managers. Matt is the third manager now that I've had the pleasure of working with. Earl Mathers was the beginning of my time on the board, and then we went through Dr. Eagle and now Matt, and I know that position is in very capable hands. Certainly our clerk, Donna has been steadfast. She's always there taking care of all the things that we do as commissioner. I don't see how you do what you do, but I know you have a great staff also and with your deputy clerks. So thank you, Donna, and I know you'll continue to do well. You're a professional and highly respected in the state. Now, our attorney, we're just getting started with Mr. Goldberg, but I hope that you have a successful time here in Gaston County. We started out with Mr. Moore and then moved on with Bill, and so we've had, and then with Mr. Sink, but we've had very capable people in that position, and I'm proud that you're there now, David. My fellow board members, thank you all. It's a pleasure to work with you. I developed some close friendships, and I hope that will continue. Thank you for all you do for our county. Lastly, but not least, the citizens of the county. I thank you for this opportunity to serve. I've been serving the public basically since I was 17 years old. I joined the Army National Guard. I spent 6 years in the Army Guard, retired from the Highway Patrol after 30 years, and then this time in public service. So it's very close to my heart, serving the public. And I will find other ways to serve. I've already been approached about some other ways to serve. So who knows what that will be, but I will depend on God's guidance to lead me where I should be. But again, just been a pleasure. I wish you all the best. God bless you. Hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. And you all have my number if you need me, and I'll call you if I need you. But God bless you and thank you.
You've served the citizens well. Mr. Cloninger.
I have an announcement, but I'd like to make comments to Ronnie and Kim later.
Please, yeah.
Later, okay?
We're going to have a little presentation.
Okay, all right. So I would like to bring to the community's attention is that the Dallas community is going to Black Mountain on November the 22nd to help with the disaster relief, and they're going to be working with the Red Truck men to offer aid to those in need, and they're recruiting volunteers. And I also have a flyer that I'm going to submit to our county manager for the governmental channel, which he said would work out. But they're looking for a variety of work. They're looking for people to come and sort and organize donations, tree removal, grading, electrical, plumbing, drywall, roofing, and place culverts. And they're also needing tractors, excavators, front loaders, and skid stirrers. I'm not sure what that is. But this is going to take place on November the 22nd. And so I hope that you all will help to advertise with others. And our mayor of in Dallas is the point of contact. Thank you.
Commissioner Johnson.
I have no report at this time.
Commissioner Hovis.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. A couple things I'd like to share with the board and the public. I was in attendance along with Ms. Cloninger at the CTE presentation. It was done specifically for this board. It was very informative. They have worked diligently to put this opportunity together to introduce students to different opportunities outside of the college sphere of employment. I think it's going to create a lot of great dividends and give offerings to students to maintain their education at a higher level and see more success. Secondly, on not this month, not yesterday, but Monday before last, I attended the Gaston County Schools Operations Committee meeting at 8:30 in the morning over at the Rader Center. And I attended because they were in deep discussion in reference to the unspent amount of the $250 million of bonds that we have outstanding. The original offering was to try to build another elementary school. With the COVID distraction, the payroll issue distraction, and the superintendent search, the board did not position themselves in a way where they can actually meet that without extending our bonds. And I know this board probably doesn't want to do that because we have other needs, and they have other needs other than building the elementary school, and we can put that elementary school in the next bond issue. But I went there to attend that, to listen to them, to talk about land banking opportunities and what we can do to complete something we started over 50 years ago, which is the comprehensive high school plan. And we still have one key element that hasn't been done to complete that. So I was there to speak with them about that. I've spoken with them about it at our joint retreat. I've spoken with them at every opportunity I've had, and I continued that conversation. And I also shared with them some historical information about Gaston County schools that none of them were around during those times to understand that what took place and how we got to where we are on certain things. I guess I've been around too long with my 20-plus years as a volunteer with Gaston County Schools and being involved with every bond issue since 2001. I have a little bit of institutional knowledge that some of these new people don't have. But it was a very good conversation. I was appreciative of the Board of Education members who were there and their input. Justin Amos also attended there with me with his position as intergovernmental chair of that area, and he found it to be a little eye-opening to hear the conversation and what was going on. But that was good, and we in the Board of Education need to work closer together instead of further together and find those opportunities to create conversation where we all have like interests. But whether we like it or not, we're like two cats whose tails are tied together by the General Assembly in terms of how we operate and fund and do things for education for students. And the final thing is I just left today a Caramont Health board meeting. And there are several things I'd like to share with the board if you'll indulge me a moment or two. The Caramont Health Foundation received its largest single gift in history from the David Belt Cannon Foundation in the last part of this summer. The gift was $3.5 million, designated to be utilized as a part of the Caramont Cares campaign. Dr. Janice Hill and 7 other nurses from Caramont were honored in late September in Concord as a part of the top 100 nurses in the state of North Carolina. Caramont is proud to have had 8 of our nurses to be involved in this very prestigious list. One of our former Shoveling scholars, Lenia Juris, graduated from Harvard University with a master's in public health administration. She is currently seeking a fellowship opportunity in this area because she wishes to remain close to home. That's one of our own scholarships that graduated Harvard University. Think about that. That's important. Well, speaking of the University of North Carolina, 3 of our current 4 Shoveling scholarships are enrolled at the University of North Carolina, and we didn't rehearse that, at Chapel Hill. And they are having super strong semesters and will graduate, and one of the previous ones, she will graduate in September from the University of South Carolina with nursing honors as well and receive her BSN. We are very fortunate to have these scholarship opportunities that we can provide here in Gaston County through Caramont Cares and the Shoveling Scholarship to allow these students to excel. One other comment, Caramont awarded 2 grants to Gaston College this past year. The first was for $160,000 to be used for the Caramont Health Apprentices at Gaston College. One gift was from the foundation, was for $30,000 to purchase infant simulators that will be utilized in our nursing programs. And just for your information, the Gold Leaf Foundation donated $1.4 million as a part of a community-based grants incentive to help fund the healthcare programs through Gaston College that are taking place at the Lincoln campus. I have 2.5 pages of good news, and I will not share all of that with you. I say this to let you know that Caramont, being a $1 billion entity, the only $1 billion entity in Gaston County, is moving forward at light speed to bring so many things to students and to improve health care in Gaston County. We have everything to be proud of, in addition to opening the new facility in Belmont, which will be sometime, the actual first patient will come in sometime early in January. And that's all I have, Mr. Chair. Sorry.
Thank you. Commissioner Kieger.
I'll just follow up on what Mr. Hovis was just talking about, the Caramont notes, that several of us attended the black tie formal event that Caramont held at the new campus in Belmont. And I must say, it was one of the finest events I've ever attended. And kudos to Caramont for that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Just wanted to say yesterday, Commissioner Cloninger and I attended the Veterans Day Parade in Dallas. It was very, very well attended and very gracious to have us there. I want to thank everybody who attended and were there as patrons as well. It was a very nice event. I want to say, Ms. Lauren, thank you for your work on those grants as well. I know Mark really appreciates all the work you guys have done, so thank you guys for that. County Manager.
In light of yesterday, I would like to yield my time to Joe Stepney to give an update on veteran services in Gaston County.
Thank you, Commissioner and Mr. Roden. Gaston County Veteran Services. What do we do and who do we serve? We provide assistance and guidance for compensation and pension claims. We assist with forms needed for educational benefits, VA home loans, and health care. And we serve the 13,600 veterans and their families that reside in Gaston County. What is disability compensation? The first thing is VA disability compensation offers a monthly tax-free payment to veterans who got sick or injured while serving in the military and to veterans whose service made an existing condition worse. What is pension? VA pension benefits are available to some wartime veterans and their survivors. The key word to that is wartime veterans. You have to have served in a wartime period in order to be able to be eligible for pension, and it is income-based. And healthcare. Healthcare is little or no-cost quality healthcare to veterans, to include dental, hearing, and vision. Since January 1st of this year, our office has completed 466 compensation claims, 5 pension claims, 37 dependency and indemnity compensation claims, 145 supplemental claims, 45 higher level disability reviews, and 4 Board of Veteran Appeals claims. I want you to take note of the 37 dependency and indemnity compensation claims because those are claims for, not for the veteran, but for the widows or widowers of veterans. Since January 1st, our office has generated over $400,000 in additional income to assist veterans, to the veterans that we have assisted. Now, if I go back, those 466 compensation claims that we have completed, they are all not complete through the VA. It is a process. It can take 6 months to a year plus for those compensation claims to be completed. as well as the Board of Veteran Appeals claims. It can take up to 2 years for those claims to be completed. So those numbers are not complete. That's just what has been input into our system that we have been made aware of. So just want you all to know that it is an honor to serve the veterans of Gaston County, and I look forward to serving them as long as I can.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I don't know about others, but I think we've had Operation Greenlight going on since the 2nd of November.
Yes.
And I did it last year, and my front lanterns have been on all week since then. I guess they will go off tonight. But everybody's asked me, what are the green lights for? I think we probably could do a little better job, we, the county, not you, putting that out next year. And I think we ought to make a special effort to at least light up the courthouse with green lights. I don't think we did that this year, did we? I didn't notice it, but maybe you did. Maybe I missed it. But that's a great project to bring awareness to this particular time of the year and for the service that's been given. But thank you, sir.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Certainly. The county attorney's report?
Nothing to report at this time.
Thank you, sir. Are there any other matters that need to come before the board?
I'd like to make a comment, please.
Go ahead, Mr. Kiger.
And I'm wearing this issue out, but this is for management, really. The technology that we use to transmit our meetings now, they're zoned in on me. It looks like an old Japanese movie. My lips are moving from what I said 10 seconds ago. And I've talked to Barry about it a lot. We can put a man on the moon. We can do all kinds of things with technology, but we should be able to get this right for the money we invest in this. And Barry's explained to me, this is the new equipment. We can't get the old equipment, but we have to be able to do better than this. And just wanted to throw that out again, and I'll bring it up again in a month or two if it's still doing it.
Thank you, sir. As a point of information before the chair takes the podium, the Board of County Commissioners induction ceremony and organizational meeting will be held on Monday, December the 2nd, 2024 at 9 a.m. here in the Harley B. Gaston Public Forum at the courthouse. Preparations are now underway, and a notice will go out this week advising everyone to that. And it will not just be the Board of Commissioners, but it will be other elected offices that will be sworn in as well. I think we have a couple people that need to, or at least one person that needs to join the chair at the podium, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I was just trying to do the Godzilla for Tom. Tom? As you guys know, it's with great pleasure we get to have commendation and awards for people who have extended their service to different portions of our board, but none other than our commissioners we get to serve and do things with. And I brought Commissioner Johnson up, and I just wanted to recognize her and a commendation for what's happening for her years of service. Gary, if you want to come join her, please. You're part of this as well. You thought you was going to get out. Whereas the citizens of Gaston County elected Kim Johnson to the Gaston County Board of Commissioners on November 3rd, 2020, as a representative for the Gastonia Township, and she received the oath of office on December 7th, 2020. And whereas Commissioner Johnson retired from the Gaston County Sheriff's Office on January 1st of 2020 as the first female chief deputy, and was also a sixth female to be elected to the Gaston County Board of Commissioners. And whereas through the years, she has served on many boards, including Central Carolina Council of Government, the Alliance for Children and Youth, South YMCA, Caramont Care Advocacy Committee, and the North Carolina Joint Criminal Justice and Sheriff's Training Committee, Jail Advisory Leadership Group, Job Task Analysis Committee for Detention Officers. And whereas during her tenure, Commissioner Johnson have held fast to her commitment to justice and public safety, and has been strong advocate for ensuring law enforcement and the first responders have the essential resources and tools needed safely and effectively to carry out their duties because of her. She has supported various initiatives to maintain stable financial foundation for the county and has championed the importance of protecting fund balance, reserves, reducing the tax burden to the citizens of Gaston County, all while upholding the highest standards of public service. And whereas Commissioner Johnson recognized the essential role of Gaston County employees to play in delivering vital services to the citizens, and to the importance of the effective employee recruitment and retention efforts. Whereas she is a strong proponent and led to change and implementation of the 401k program for county employees, and has been a staunch advocate for improving employee work environments, compensation, and opportunities for professional growth. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Gaston County Board of Commissioners, on behalf of the citizens of Gaston County, commends and extends a grateful appreciation to Ms. Kim Johnson for her integrity, professionalism, and dedicated public service, to the performance of her elected duties, for her leadership and unwavering commitment to the principles and sound fiscal responsibility and effective governance, for the consistently advocating for the safety, security, and well-being of the citizens of Gaston County. Be it further resolved that the commendation is adopted on the 12th day of November 2024 and set forth in the minutes of this commission. Commissioner Johnson, this is a pleasure for me because I got to know you in all my years here. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it, girl. It has been my pleasure to work along beside you. You've been a great advocate for the things that have happened in this for the employees. The employees never could have a better advocate than they've had in you and what you've meant to this commission. Everyone on this board seems to say the same thing every time. Professional, professional, professional. And I am highly grateful for getting to spend the time I have with you. Gary is the reason why we got to do a lot of things, because you guys together make a great team. And you work for the public safety of this community, and then you work for the commitment of what you did on the fiscal responsibility side, and I'm grateful. And so is this board for the things that you've meant to us. So I'll give the podium to you, and I'm grateful.
Well, I didn't think it would be hard, but I guess it is. I've dedicated myself to this county since I was 19. And so I guess it's the end of chapter to my life, so it's like, what am I going to do now? So I'm always going to be here for Gaston County. It's been my home. Well, Gaston County government's been my home since I was 19, so 35 years. So it's kind of hard to let it go, but I know it's going to be held in good hands here. I've enjoyed working with all the employees here, and I have great staff that I've worked with since I came on the board, and they welcomed me when I came on the board. So it's been an honor and a privilege. I really don't know what to say. I thought all day about what I could say, but I'm grateful for this time. And I guess it's bittersweet, but it's time for me to go. So I know Gaston County's in great hands. Matt's going to do an awesome job as county manager. And Donna, she kept me straight all the time. And Kathy, good Lord, she calls me all the time, but I know she'll continue to call me. And Bob, Tom, Ronnie, and Chad. They've always been there for me anytime I needed anything, and I always wanted to make the best decision for the county, and I think that's what I did during my 4 years. So thank you so much, and I appreciate it.
We figured that since we didn't give you the blue envelope, because you probably wouldn't take that to the beach with you, so we gave you this in commemoration of what your commendation means. And also, when Gary buys you flowers each week, Miss Donna has you another vase.
y'all don't go far, we'll do a photo op after Ronnie's. I'm assuming it goes up, Ronnie. We still want a photo op.
Me.
Got nothing to do with it.
Yes, sir.
No, I'm just saying he already.
This one is a little different as well because this was something that Bob and I got to do, but Ronnie was my mentor as mayor. When we first came in together, I had no clue what was going on in government, and obviously you probably think I don't have any now as well, but Ronnie was the person, I'll never forget, we used to call you because we had no clue. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean to the people where we were at, but when I think about professionalism and integrity and what's going on in government, you've been a great person for that. And I'll read this. Whereas the citizens of Gaston County elected Ronnie E. Worley to the Gaston County Board of Commissioners in November 2016 and reelected him in November 2020 as a representative of the South Point Township. Commissioner Worley received the oath of office on December the 5th, 2016 and December 7th of 2020. And whereas Commissioner Worley was elected to Vice Chairman of the Board on December 5th in 2016. Whereas in his official capacity, Commissioner Worley was diligently serving the state, region, and county and many other affiliated organizations included the Central Carolina County Council of Governments Delegate, 2016 to 2020 and in 2023. Gaston Family Health Services, 2016 to 2021. South Fork River Health Committee, 2020. Moncross Area Chamber of Commerce, 2020 through 2024. North Carolina Association of Commissioners, the NCACC Delegate, Alternate Delegate, 2017 to 2023. Transportation Advisory Committee, 2017 through 2020. The alternate from 2020 to 2024. County Attorney Search Committee, 2021. Joint BOC Board of Education Schools Capacity Capital Needs Committee, 2017. Juvenile Crime Prevention Council, JCPC, from 2017 to 2024. NACO Annual Conference Voting Delegate, 2019-2023. The NCACC Legislative Goals Conference Alternate Voting Delegate, 2016 and 2021. And whereas as a military veteran, retired North Carolina State Trooper, the former mayor of Cramerton, Commissioner Worley, was a prominent and strategic partner and with the stakeholders at local government regions, state levels to leverage strengths and foster responsible growth. He has encouraged collaboration across the county and various agencies, municipalities, countywide, as well as statewide through law enforcement and first responder responsibilities to enhance vital services, address persistent needs of those, and strengthen the bonds within communities. And whereas he has a vocal advocate for the preservation of enhancement of the county's local water resources, supporting initiatives to safeguard rivers, lakes, and streams to ensure that clean, safe water remains accessible for all citizens. Whereas, as a steadfast proponent of school safety and education initiative, Commissioner Worley was willing to challenge norms and advocate visionary approaches, all while advocating for financial responsibility and accountability in school management and school budget and resources. Commissioner Worley was a strong advocate for county employees supporting various initiatives to enhance employee compensation of benefits, including the implementation of the 401k here. And whereas he consistently upheld the values of fiscal conservatism, ensuring that taxpayer dollars are used efficiently and effectively, and the county budget reflects the balance between prudent financial management and the needs of the county and its citizens. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Gaston County Board of Commissioners, on behalf of the citizens of Gaston County, commend and extends a grateful appreciation to Ronnie E. Worley for his dedicated service and responsibilities for the citizens of Gaston County to perform his elected duties, and for his thoughtful approach for tackling complex issues and his steadfast commitment to fiscal responsibility. Be it further resolved that this commendation is adopted on the 12th day of the November 24th. This to be set forth in the minutes of the Gaston County Commission. Ronnie, it's been a pleasure to work with you, my friend, and I tell you, you're a consummate professional. Thank you for everything, brother.
Well, had I took the time to look further down the agenda, I would have found that this would have been the appropriate time to make my remarks earlier. I will reiterate those remarks. It's been my high honor and privilege. And God bless you all. Thank you. Good night.
And we'll get pictures. If you guys all just want to come down front, we'll just do it all down front.
I'll have to stop at Harris Teeter and get flowers in, put in.
Just put beer in there.
Yeah, we can get a six-pack in there.
All right, if you got.
That's pretty, thank you.
David, it's up to you.
Yeah, there's no hope.
I'm sliding.
Yeah, let's get in the middle. We can't fix that.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Maybe a couple more. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
We did well.
Take the block right behind me, it's turned on. We will now convene this meeting to recess for the adjournment, and all in favor of adjourning the meeting, please say aye. Aye. Is now adjourned.